Hey all, Hipper here. So I'm sure you all know that the next campaign ship is going to be the Tier 7 German cruiser Mainz. And well, I'm very excited about this ship. So in this video here, I'll just go through my thoughts on it. And obviously I'll be playing the Hipper. It's one of the closest, well, I think it'll be one of the closest ships to Mainz. That and Prince Eugen, potentially Tallinn as well. Don't know. It looks like it's going to be a mix of all three, but we won't know for sure until the ship comes out on Monday. So first off, we know for a fact that it's going to have the same sonar as Hipper does, because that's visible in the little video that Wargaming put out. So 5.6 kilometers, which is awesome. I was really hoping that would be the case. So for everything else, we'll have to base it on what's available on PC. And as usual, I put my faith in Little White Mouse, April White Mouse, because she is the best, well, was the best CC on PC WoWs, I think. She isn't anymore. That's actually a huge shame. But that's a whole different story. But because she did like a review on Mainz about a year ago, perhaps a little bit more. It's been out on PC for a while. And obviously we cannot rely on everything being the same for Legends, so I'm not going to go into like teeny weeny details like reload and stuff like that. We're going to look at the, the overall stuff here to see what we can possibly expect. So on PC, Mainz does not have a heal, and I find that highly unlikely that the ship is going to come out on Legends without a heal. If it does, yeah, it's not going to be a lot of fun to play, that's for sure. And as you can see here from a Little White Mouse, and again, I'm going to link to her review in the comment section for this video here, in case you want to read it in full, which you should. It's very interesting. So here she says it's not very agile, and yeah, we don't know about that yet. I think it's probably going to be as agile as Hipper, which is actually quite agile. And she keeps mentioning the armor holding it back, and that's also my main concern with this ship here. If it gets the 25mm armor that I think Tallinn has, somewhere along those lines, instead of the 27mm on Hipper and Prince Eugen, I don't think I'm going to like it that much. I'm probably still going to like it, but it's not going to be a replacement for Hipper, that's for sure. I like the 27mm on Hipper, and I like to be able to bow tank certain battleships. And I just like the general tankiness of Hipper. Because as you can see, I brawl a lot in this ship here. This is my brawling cruiser, and I love brawling. And if I can't do that in Mainz, I'm going to be disappointed. Because then I'm going to be relegated to HE spamming and like the usual stuff. And I can do that in Cleveland already, so I don't want that. We don't need a ship that does that. I do expect Mainz to have excellent AP though, so we'll see about that. And I mean, that is one of the other like really good things about Hipper, is just that nasty AP that catches people off guard constantly. So, and in a situation like this, where a Leon gives you a whole broadside and that 27mm armor there, it helps a lot. 25mm here would be a bit of a problem, I think. I can't remember what the caliber on Leon is, but I don't think that would have been a pleasant encounter there. So anyway, and actually the lack of brawling potential worries me a bit, especially because Little White Mouse goes through a lot of pain to actually underline that fact, like she does here again. Like the torps are good, but she again says that the ship is not built for brawling. Which, like I said, worries me, because that's what I want to do in that ship, basically. And if I can't do that, I will be disappointed. But I guess we'll see. We can't really tell until Monday. And another thing is that if the ship does get 27mm armor, just like Hipper and Prince Eugen, the problem then is that Mainz is pretty much going to make both Hipper and Prince Eugen completely unnecessary, unless barring some other like weird downside to Mainz. Because if Mainz really is a Hipper hull, exactly a Hipper hull, with Weimar guns, then there is absolutely no reason to play Hipper anymore. Well, perhaps there is if you really want to be an AP nasty bully, but Mainz is just going to have so much more potential. So I really don't see anyone playing Hipper, really, although it's a great ship. The best one at the moment, I think. So to be honest, I think Mainz will come out with 25mm armor, and that's going to make it less of a brawler. It will still have turtleback, of course, but it's still going to be a bit of a problem because Talon is not the best brawler, and that's why I don't really like that ship a lot. It's good, but it's not. It doesn't allow me to play the same way I play Hipper, and that's what I want out of that style cruisers. Alright, next up, let's look at the agility specs for Mainz on PC, and this is PC again, mind you, and Wargaming tends to change these quite a bit, especially rudder, and also speed also tends to get a bit of a nerf or a buff depending on whatever they think is right. But look at the turning radius. It's very rare for Wargaming to change that between PC and Legends. I haven't actually. I can't think of a ship where they have done it actually. Hipper has 730 meters, and Prince Eugen has 770 meters. So Mainz is actually has a smaller radius, turning radius than both Hipper and Prince Eugen. Only 10 meters better than Hipper, but it's still better. So that in combination with perhaps a slightly faster rudder, hitting maybe 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds maybe. Hipper is 1.1 seconds, by the way, for reference. And Prince Eugen is 2.2. So in other words, Mainz could potentially be quite an agile cruiser. But like I said before, it probably won't have the same brawling potential that Hipper does and Prince Eugen does, which I've said that a few times now, but it will be a problem, at least for me, because that's what I enjoy doing in these ships here. So if Mainz just turns out to be a German Cleveland, then yeah, that would be disappointing. Another thing to look at is the speed. And as Little White Mouse puts it, without armor, speed is king, and Mainz just doesn't have it. Because it looks like it'll have the same speed as Hipper, perhaps a little bit more. But again, Hipper has the awesome armor to help it. And if Mainz gets worse armor, and it doesn't have the speed at the same time, I don't know. It will probably keep me from playing it the way I want to play it. And then I won't like it. It's very simple. I will stick with my Hipper then, which is a shame. But on the other hand, I guess a Hipper with Weimar guns simply would be too overpowered, basically. But again, Weimar is definitely overpowered, and it's in the game. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it'll be very interesting on Monday to see what we actually get. So another thing I find a bit worrying, if it actually turns out that Mainz is not a very good brawler, is this next paragraph here that I also took from Little White Mouse's review. And it pretty much says that it's also not a very good open water ship. And well, if that's true, that's definitely going to be a problem, because I mean, Hipper is not meant to be an open water ship, but with you know, a full agile build on Hipper, it's a very, very good open water ship, as you can see here, because we are pretty much just keeping 3 or 4 HE spammers occupied by ourselves, and I want Mainz to be able to do that. I do, and I also wanted to be able to brawl with the best of them, and it probably won't be able to do that, but we'll see. But one thing we can be sure of with Mainz is that it's going to be one DPM beast, basically. Probably not in the same league as Weimar, because the reload, I assume, is going to be slower. But it's going to be a nasty ship to run into if you are a battleship, and also a cruiser if you are close to it. And like I said, when the ship was first announced, which was probably, well, I don't know, about a week ago or whatever it was, I'm very excited about this ship. I haven't been this excited about a cruiser in a long time, and it's primarily because I really like the Hipper so much. So that's also why I'm really hoping that Mainz won't disappoint. For example, in the same way that Bagration disappointed, because what a dot that ship was. I mean, it's not bad in any way, it's just like mediocre, all the way mediocre, and I don't know why it was a campaign price. But I guess it's the same with Azuma. I mean, well, that's not a mediocre ship, that's just a wholly disappointing, terrible, nasty, awful ship that I've sold a long time ago, because that ship will never be good. And yeah, I don't see the point of it, honestly. It has a slower reload than my Yamato build, so why on earth would you play Azuma when you can play the Yamato instead? Yeah, I don't get it. But anyway. Like I said, I'm very excited about Mainz, and probably no matter what, because I love the Hipper family so much, I'm probably going to put one of my remaining special community contributor camos on Mainz. And I only do that on ships I love. And that's one way of telling if I really like a ship, then I will have this, the camo I'm using here on the ship. I still have quite a a few of those camos lying around, so I think I'll still be able to put that permanent camo on another 6 or 7 ships, I think, something along those lines. Because you only get like a limited amount when you're a community contributor. And of course I haven't been a community contributor for more than 6 months now, I think. So I've been, hoarding them. So on Monday, as soon as the update is up, I will be, whaling my way through the campaign. I always do that, by the way. I don't want to play the game the way Wargaming tells me to do. I want to play it the way that I like it, and I want to play the ships that I like, and yeah, that's just the way it is. So I always buy the campaign because I cannot be bothered doing whatever they want me to do. And then it has the added benefit that you earn steel when you buy out the campaign. So every campaign, I think I earn about 1,000 steel. So yeah, it works out well because I don't play ranked or arena at all. I might play actually ranked this time because it's tier 7 and with no power-ups, so that's exciting. So to kind of cap this video here off, if Mainz gets the same agility as Hipper, which I think it will, if anything it'll get a little bit better, I think, because it has less armor, and that's usually the way it goes. If it has the same agility, the same sonar, and I know it does have the same sonar, so that's like one unknown gone. And by the way, it's so unlucky and so unfair I don't get this Bagration here. But anyway, because I'm just one ship from a Kraken, and I know I'm going to lose this battle here. I'm just trying desperately to to get the Kraken down before the time runs out. Anyway, back to Mainz. If it has the same agility, the same sonar, and the same armor as Hipper, then I will be the happiest player in the world, I think, because it's going to be the perfect ship then, I think. I don't think it's going to have the same armor as Hipper, because I think it's going to be too strong then. And that's going to limit the ship's usefulness for me, unfortunately, because it won't be as good a brawler, and it won't be good at actually as many things as Hipper is good at. But like I said, we won't know until Monday, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really excited. Like I said before, it's one of the only cruisers that I've been super excited about, and the last one was probably Wichita, I think, and or Atago even, for a campaign ship. There's been a few others, but they haven't been campaign ships. So yeah, like it's nice to actually have something to look forward to in the game again, because yeah, it's been a while since there's been like something interesting to wait for. And here I just shot the last salvo hoping to get my Kraken, but yeah, not happening. So we'll have to stop with 4 kills here, but still a pretty good game. High caliber and Confederate, and a bunch of citadels and lots of spots and yada yada yada. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Mainz, and like I said, we'll find out on Monday. I'll be sure to take it out, and I'll be sure to have a video up relatively quickly. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you out there.